And the last of the graphs that we would like to talk about is the line graph. So the line graph is a graph that traces or tracks trends in the values of a variable over time. So time periods may be anything of equal length: seconds, minutes, hours, days, until years, decades, centuries. And they are applicable to interval or ratio variables. So here's one example of a line graph, most used again if it is over time. So here you go. So we have here the following months: January 1985, January 1986, and so on, and our energy sales and the Luzon grid from the NPC. So we can see over time that it's somehow increasing, because even though there are fluctuations that's up and down, generally it kind of goes up, except for this part where it suddenly went down. So those are the things that we can see in a line graph. So there are line graphs like these, and there are also line graphs that have this one. We have those data points, and we can show that when we do it in Excel to see which one is the specific data point for the specific part of the x-axis. And that in turn can also give us a border that from this period to this period, that is the trend. From this period to that period, this is what is happening in terms of the trend. And when we say trend, is it increasing? Is it decreasing? Or is it just steady? And those are some of the things that the line graph can give us. So, how do we now construct a line graph in Excel? Alright, so now here we are in Excel. We have here our data, the observations, and then they're taken, for example, the first one is in month 1, month 2, so that's probably for 1 year because we have 12 months. So now how do we graph our data in a line graph? We need only first this one, not anymore the months, because it's kind of automatic in Excel. And we now go here and we select the following 2D lines. So what we can have is this one here. So let me just repeat that. Let me just undo that, and let's repeat that insert. And this one, line with markers. So as you can see, although it's not that evident, let's try to get that. Wait a moment. There you go. So as you can see, we have actually our markers here. There you go. And as you can see, these dots serves as the actual observation point. So this one actually corresponds to 291. So if we want to see the actual values, let me just clean that up. There you go. We can actually go to the chart elements and we can have data labels, and there you go. And now let's say you want to make it more visible, our points, so we can close that. Let's right click our data points, go to format data series. Here you go. Make sure that we select marker. Here you go, the marker options. You select built-in if you want to change this. For example, you want it as a cross or you want it as a square. Let's make it diamond, and we can make the size bigger if we like. I'll make it size 10. And the fill, if I want it a different color, let's say black, there you go. And let's close that, and there. So we can clearly see now that these are our data points, and this is what's happening. Between month 2 and 3, it went down, but from 3 to month 6, it's gradually rising. It went down here at month 7 and 8, but it's higher compared to month 3. So those are the things that we can see in a line graph.